Hey, what's up? It's Carson and welcome to your last NaNoWriMo pep talk video. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 scenarios on why you're not writing and why you haven't been writing. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to get over those. Scenario number 1, you're just too busy. You have school or work or family responsibilities and you cannot find the time to write. My suggestion for this is to use the Pomodoro method, and every time you get a 5-minute break in between those 25-minute working sprints, you use that 5 minutes to write. It's only 5 minutes, but it will add up, especially if you do, 4 Pomodoros a day? That's 20 minutes of writing. I bet it's 20 minutes more than you've been doing. Scenario number 2 is that you're avoiding writing because you're too far behind. Trust me, I get it. But my 2 tips for getting over this are A, to set a new goal for yourself that is not 50,000 words or however many hours, words, pages, whatever your original goal was. Set a new goal. Just forget about the old one. If you can't hit it, then there's no point in staring at it every day, every time you open your writing document. Tip number B is to hide your word count. I had to do this. I had it set so that my word count would update every day for how many words I had to write per day to win NaNoWriMo with 50,000. And it was such an astronomical number that I knew I wasn't gonna hit. I had to hide it. Like, I couldn't look at it anymore. But once I hit it, once I wasn't staring at that number while I was trying to write, the writing itself became a lot easier. Scenario number 3 is that your story just isn't thrilling you anymore. Whether that's because you have a plot bunny that's calling you to a different story, or because it's just kind of lost its luster. My suggestion for you is to write the climax of your story, or the most exciting part for you. The part that, like, you look at in your plan, but you know you can't write that yet because you have, X amount of chapters until you get there. Just write it. There's 2.5 days left of Nano. What do you have to lose? Scenario number 4 is that you cannot turn off your inner editor. No matter what you do, you're constantly critiquing your words, and because you can't get them perfect, you're having a lot of trouble moving forward. My suggestion for you, if you cannot turn off your inner editor, is A, either to hide your words, make the ink white, black them out, whatever works for you, just don't look at them at all. Or B, turn it into a game. My Write Club is a great website. I'll leave it linked down below. I haven't used it in a while, but from my recollection, they run, or they, I don't, you know, whatever. There's always sprints going on, and people are always in the sprints, and they get stars for how many words they wrote. When I used this to write, oh my goodness, I think it was my first novel, so I'm writing my 3rd for this Nano. When I used this to write my first novel, it definitely encouraged me to write more and to not focus on what the actual words were as much as just like getting my idea across, because I wanted to beat the other people in the sprint that I was doing. So I will leave that link down below if that sounds like something that would definitely help you. And scenario number 5 is you don't want to write. You just don't want to do it. And my tip for you, if this is you, is that you don't have to write. If you don't want to write anymore, you tried really hard and you don't want to do it. You sit down and you stare at your document and you can think of a million other things that would bring you more happiness and joy, then it's okay to put writing on the back burner for now. I give you permission to put your writing on the back burner for now. Take some time for yourself, do some other things that make you feel happy and fulfilled, and I promise, if you love writing, you will be called back to it. I hope that if you're in any of these scenarios, some of my tips help you and work for you in the last 2.5 days for Nano. Guys, we are almost done. We are so close. I'll be honest, I am ready for the end of NaNoWriMo. I had so much fun. I had so much fun with you guys making videos and documenting the whole thing and writing a new story in a genre that I have never worked in, but I'm ready. Not only am I ready to take a break, which I am, but I'm ready to get back to my Vikings in my other stories. If this is your first video that you're watching with me, I write primarily historical fiction, medieval Vikings, and this NaNoWriMo, I have decided to write a contemporary college romance. So if you have any interest in that, I tell you my entire plot throughout my NaNoWriMo vlogs for April, so you can see that. But I am ready to get back to my Vikings. I missed them. I left off in the middle of a story, so we're gonna get back there and write that as soon as April ends. But I have 2.5 days to write as many words as I can, so I want you to join me. Let me know what your goal is for the next 2.5 days in the comments down below. My goal, don't tell anybody that this is my goal. I'm keeping it hush hush until I like actually complete this goal. But my goal is to hit the 50,000. That's gonna require me to write another 15,000 words in the next 2.5 days. But that's my goal. What's your goal? If you like what you saw and you want to see more writing and reading content from me, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you guys here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!